What's up everyone, Joseph here. In this video we're going to take a look at the grammar that is on page 9 of the book. That's page 9 and unit 2 of the second book, expressions of quantity. So we're going to take a look at more expressions of quantity. We have seen this before. But before we begin, we're going to take a brief review of what count nouns and non-count nouns are. Count nouns are nouns that can be counted. For example, chairs, bikes, building, people, etc. So these nouns can be counted with numbers, with common numbers, with your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One bike, two bikes, four buildings, 10 people, and so on. So non-count nouns are nouns that can't be counted with common numbers. You can separate these nouns. You can separate, for example, water. You can separate chocolate, but they cannot be counted. You can separate milk, but you cannot count milk. Other examples are electricity, traffic, bread, or air. These nouns cannot be counted. So, count nouns have a plural form, usually with s, because they are considered separate and countable. For example, a car, two cars. On the other hand, non-count nouns do not have a plural form because they are impossible to separate and count. For example, traffic. You can say traffic, but you cannot say one traffic, two traffics. Imagine. Oh, there are two traffics on that street. Imagine. So that cannot be done. So, are there any parking garages around here? So parking garages is countable because we are talking about an exact place, a parking garage. So what about parkings? Are there any parkings around here? No, because there is a difference between parkings and parking garages. Parking garages is a place inside a house or a building that is there to put cars in it. But parkings in general are spaces where you can put cars on the street, or maybe inside a supermarket, for example, there are parkings there. So is there any parking around here? This is the correct form. Is there any parking around here? Because parking is not countable. Because parking, referring to the parking space when you can park the cars on the street. So let's take a look at some expressions of quantity now. So with non-count nouns, again, these are expressions of quantity to express something that we perceive, something that we see someplace, or what we think. There are too many nouns. This is for count nouns. So there are too many people here. There are too many people here, expressing that there exist a lot of people in a place. There are too few noun plus noun. There are too few schools in my city. So remember that many and much are used to say that there is a big number of something, and few and little are used to express that there is a small amount of something. Many people, few people, much water, little water. And two is used to express excessiveness. When you think there is an excessive number of things used, too many chairs, for example. And if you think there is not enough, like there is very, very, very few amount of something, excessively few, you use too few. Let's see some examples. There are too many people here. You're saying that there is an excessive number of people here. And there are too few schools in my city. You are saying that the number of schools in a city is very, very, very low. With non-count nouns, we use much with non-count nouns, and little as well with non-count nouns. A lot of, you use much, and a small number, a small amount, it's the same, the correct phrase. A small amount of something, you use little. So there is too much smoke in here. There is an excessive amount of smoke in here. There is too little water in this container. There is a very small amount of water in this container. So let's take a look of other expressions. For comparisons, there are fewer, we have seen this in the comparative lesson on the last book. There are fewer nouns for countable nouns, and there is less noun for non-count nouns. There are fewer people than anticipated. You were expecting a lot of people in a place, but not many arrived. There are fewer people than anticipated. There are more nouns. So there are more stores here than in my city. You are saying that there is a bigger number of stores in here than in my city. So what about for non-count nouns? There is less plus noun. There is less pollution these days compared to last year. So there is less smoke, there is less trash, less pollution these days, today, compared to last year. There is more plus noun. Let me write this here, it's better. There is more noise in this side of town. There is more noise here in this side of town than in other places. Again, for comparisons. So for opinions, there should be fewer or more plus noun. There should be fewer motorcycles in our city. You are saying that you think there must be fewer. You think the city should have less motorcycles. Fewer motorcycles, excuse me. There should be more traffic police here. You are saying your opinion. What is your opinion? We need more traffic police in the city. That's your opinion. With non-count nouns. There should be less. We use less for non-count nouns and fewer for count nouns. There should be less noise in our neighborhoods. That's your opinion. You think your neighborhood and our neighborhoods should be quieter. There should be less noise. There should be more parking downtown. Again, your opinion. You believe that we need more parking downtown. So let's take a look at this. Subject plus need more plus noun. We need more hotels. That's your opinion. We need more hotels. We don't have enough hotels. We have a few hotels here. We need more public transportation. You believe we have few. We have we don't have enough public transportation in our city. So let's take a look at other expressions with enough. For countable nouns, excuse me, there are not, if you want to say it negative, there are not plus enough plus noun. There are enough taxis in this city. You think the number of taxis is the right one. You think that is the correct number of taxis. We don't need any more. So if you think we need more, you say there aren't enough taxis in this city. You believe that the number of taxis is very low. We need more. We need more taxis. That's what you're saying. So now with non-count nouns, there is not enough nouns. So it's basically the same, but we use this conjugation of the verb be. We use is. There is enough parking here. There isn't enough parking here. So this is the end of the video. I will see you on the next one.